Well, an understated man outside of the ring, but when the gloves are on, Kash Farooq is poetry in motion. Skill will get him far in this fight, but expect the win to require some heart and guts from Kash Farooq if this goes down the stretch. It was the great Jack Dempsey who said how hard it is to keep a hungry fighter down. You will not find anyone in world boxing hungrier than this man. From Mexico, La Sombra, the shadow, Luis Gerardo Castillo. At 10 3-minute rounds, WBA International Bantamweight title on the line. Kash Farooq starts with a jab to the body and then an up jab upstairs with the green trunks and the red gloves. His opponent, Luis Gerardo Castillo, in the white gloves and those Mexican print trunks. We know where Farooq likes to go, up close, slip and slide, chop those right hands over the top. Such a fluid fighter. Did get hit a lot in his last contest though, Darren. Lands a chopping right hand there.
Yeah, he did. Spoke to his manager, Ian Wilson. He said they changed his style ever so slightly. They don't want him holding his feet and standing in the pocket a bit too much, though it's very exciting for us as spectators. Just getting caught with shots that he doesn't need to. I think there's going to be a bit more movement this evening. Lovely jab, good variation, changing the levels.
Yeah, just sold it off the jab to the body, didn't need that right hand. Castillo's taking it well, comes back. I think when he lets Castillo lead off, he's seeing a lot of those straight shots coming.
Yeah.
It's when he leads off himself and gets just stuck up close. That's a lovely right hand again, and then just pivots off back to centre ring. That was good.
Boxing nice here, Kash. Beautiful boxing. And his sharp backhands, jabs, and then moving his head, not staying there.
Kash Farooq just pot-shotting and landing the cleaner shots early, but the danger is obvious from Castillo.
Setting traps, Kash is boxing well, changing the level. He's giving the eyes to the body with the jab and coming back the right hand as he done there. And again, beautiful shot.
He leads off with that right hand so effortlessly, not easy to do, Darren, as you know. Sometimes doubles the right hand as well. It's a lot of energy that as well, that movement. Just the left hook up close as well. Castillo just caught a little bit tall.
It's better from Castillo. Just what he's got to do, he's got to try and get close to his man and let his hands go. We've seen it before with Kash, he can get dragged into a fight, and that's what Castillo would be hoping for. Hoping that Farooq bites down on the gum shield and starts to hold his feet, let the shots go. At range, it's all Kash Farooq.
Just left it counter there, but again, Castillo hasn't even put a dent in him, has it?
No.
That has been one of the question marks over Kash Farooq, Darren, is he going to punch hard enough as the levels go up? We know he can box, we know he can fight, and so far it looks like he can hold a good shot too, but this division is just it's a murderer's row of punches. Bali, Daenerys, Casemiro. We're back to the action now, Kash Farooq and Luis Gerardo Castillo. That centre ring trading. Castillo landed a good left hook there.
Good right hand again from Castillo as well.
Whoa. Landed almost at the same time there, it looked like.
Yeah, two big right hands there from both men.
Suddenly things have caught fire in the fourth. Lovely, just drew that parry, didn't he, and then came back with a left hook. I know you saw it too.
Yeah, he did, it was lovely.
Just trying to think in that second phase, isn't he, Farooq, now, just realising he's got the edge in hand speed and perhaps just the IQ as well.
Yeah, still early, only the fourth round. No need to take any silly risk at the minute. I think as this goes on, you'll see him go through the phases 2, 3, 4. Let his hands really go. But right now, Castillo's still dangerous, still looking for that big backhand, so no need to take any silly risks.
Look at the replay, some of the action. It caught fire early in that round, didn't it? Both threw the right hand, I think, at the same time, and then suddenly started to stand and trade. But by the most part, Kash Farooq is trying to just box and pick just short moments to fight. That was when they threw at the same time. It was Farooq that actually landed clean, but he hasn't managed to put a dent in Castillo to this point. Hasn't deterred him at all. Just got a little bit high there, didn't he? Just vulnerabilities at points, still that signs that he needs to work on a few things here and there. But he does take a shot well, Farooq.
Trying to throw straight after Cash has thrown Castillo, trying to land that backhand.
Watch your head, Cash, watch your head.
Cash will feel them, taking a couple on the arms. Around the side, they do take their toll later on in the rounds.
So into the 6th round we go then. Kash Farooq just stepping around Castillo, looks for that jab to the body.
That's lovely, Chris, that. 2 beautiful jabs, one to the head, one to the body. Move this feet out. I mean, that's boxing for you. Hitting and not be hit. That is the art right there.
Stop leaning on, Cash. Stop your arms over. Stop boxing!
There's a lot of single shots coming from Farooq now. I'd like to see him put his hands together. That was a lovely right hand, good counter.
It seems a lower risk strategy from him, this, and I wonder whether that just reflects a slightly unknown quantity of the man in front of him tonight. We all heard rumours that he could punch. You look at his record, that tells you something, given that all those fights happened in Mexico. He definitely can bang a little bit, can't he? So I think it was just saying, look, stick to the 1s and 2s early. Don't let your hands go until you're absolutely sure you're comfortable with what is in front of you. It's around 7 of 10 here. Kash Farooq starting to get a little bit of control over this one, but Castillo's come out firing. Needs to try and put a dent in his man, walks into a check left hook. That's going to be the danger the more he marauds forwards with that kind of reckless abandon. Farooq will pick him off.
Yeah, a lot more urgency at the start of this round from Castillo, but yeah, he did walk onto a left hook. Another good right hand from Kash Farooq, picking the shots well. Oh, walks onto one there.
Yeah, right hand inside the left hook of Castillo, wasn't it? Straight shot finding the target. Now just maintains that gap, stepping off and around to the side. It's controlled stuff, this from Kash Farooq. Just maybe took on board those murmurs of criticism in the last contest. Just wants to try and make life a little easier for himself, if he can do. Stiff jab, 1-2 there from Farooq, snaps the head back of Castillo. Again, doesn't really show any signs of being hurt or even really stopped in his tracks for more than a second. Steps straight back on him.
Boxing really, really well. Smart stuff. Just not holding his feet. Moving, great head movement, you see there. Pretty good reactions. Be careful, don't want to be going back in straight lines.
Stop boxing!
I mean, the tempo from Castillo's slowed down slightly here. You can understand why. He's been gallant, he's tried his best, but just been second best. Trying to go to work here, but it's just that lack of hand speed. Kash is able to ride it all and come back with beautiful, quick counter shots like he did there.
Good action in that previous round. Again, now Farooq, you feel just in his rhythms, got the timing and range of a measure of his man, just picking some more spiteful shots. Really able to put a dent in Castillo, and he's not staying there long enough to find out what's about to come back either. It's a low risk, but it's a high reward strategy. Good caution to the wind, but he's walking into shots in the process. 4.5 minutes of this contest left for the Mexican to turn things around.
Another beautiful right hand, picked so well, so accurate as well. It's another thing to love about Kash Farooq. Not only is he quick and a beautiful boxer, very accurate, doesn't waste much.
Look at some of the action in that round. Lovely chopping right hand there for Farooq. Just turns the head as well, all the little tricks of the trade. He senses the lead rather the backhand, just where he turns away from the shot, so if it does land, just takes the sting out of it. But Castillo just been off the mark tonight, hasn't he?
It's just been the difference in hand speed.
But also head movement too, positioning in the ring.
Corners, 10 seconds.
Just needs to jab and move now, doesn't need to do anything silly.
Seeing those coming a mile off, isn't he, even now looking fresh, and certainly looking fresher than he did in his last contest, Darren, that's for sure. It's been a much more economical approach, much lower risk approach. Maybe he's eyeing bigger fights down the stretch and wanted to get past this one in good fashion, improve his rankings, work his way up. Watching Adalberto Sanchez there, just trying to give instructions to his man, but it is last-ditch stuff now with 45 on the clock of round number 10. Farooq just spins back to the centre ring, takes the right hand on the turn there.
Well, this is the tempo that Castillo should have fought at. Really pushing forward now, but he's just left too late when there's 30 seconds to go in the last round.
Just wonder whether they expected Farooq to try and sit with him and trade more than he has done. I imagine they did, based on the footage of him in his last 2 or 3 contests, and that hasn't been the case here. He's stuck and moved, picked his moments to box. Hasn't got greedy when he's been up close either, and he's put a fair bit of distance, you'd expect, when we go to the cards between him and Castillo. So, fighters come together. Here's David.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of boxing here at Matchroom HQ, we go to the judges' score totals. Brahim Ait Adi and Christoph Fernandez both scored the bout 100 to 90. Mark Lyson scored this bout 100 to 91. All three for your winner by unanimous decision. And the new WBC International Bantamweight Champion, the untouchable Kash Farooq.